Attention, Kansas City. What do overpriced homes, ghosting agents, and bad communication all have in common? They hired the wrong realtor. Today, I will save you. You can avoid one of the most common and costly mistakes, which is choosing the wrong real estate agent. A realtor is either going to act as a secret weapon for you or be a major liability. And to be honest with you, I see it every day going both ways. I'm Joe Nelson of the Nelson Home Group, Kansas City's highest rated real estate team on Google. And today I'm here to save you from making what could be a very costly mistake. When choosing the right realtor, there are some qualities that you're going to want to look for. The first quality that I think you need to be looking for is experience. They need to have local experience. So I've seen so many people make the mistake of hiring their good friend or family member or whatever that just got into the business and they're going to give them a shot. I can think of, in my personal experience, multiple past clients who used someone else on their next transaction and ended up regretting it, and who have even come back to us since then. Just because someone got their real estate license doesn't make them qualified to sell real estate. The second quality that I think you really need to look out for is communication. When I've talked to people before who have said they had a bad experience with their previous realtor, to be honest with you, the number one thing that they say that made it a bad experience was a lack of communication. They didn't feel like they knew what was going on. They didn't feel like they understood the process. So you need to make sure that you hire a real estate who communicates well. People get busy, it's fine, but your realtor shouldn't take a day or two to get back to you. At Nelson Home Group, what we do is we set up a three-way group thread with you, the client, and probably if there's a spouse or something, they're in the group thread as well, your realtor and the transaction coordinator, so that throughout the process, everyone stays informed and you can expect communication oftentimes within minutes or hours, but at bare minimum, the next business day. The next thing that you need to look for is someone with good negotiation skills. You need someone who has experience handling tricky situations. Not every real estate transaction is the same at all. They're all so different. They all have different issues that arise throughout the transaction. In fact, I can tell you that oftentimes our clients don't even know that there's fires that we're putting out because we just put them out. We have the experience, the knowledge to do that, and not all realtors are cut from that cloth. So you need to make sure that it's someone who knows how to negotiate, and not just on the front end with negotiating price, but you've got to negotiate lots of other terms of the contract. You have to negotiate through inspections. You have to negotiate if there's an appraisal gap or even curtains and appliances. You need someone who can, one, coach you as the client to have realistic expectations, but then also who will fight for you, who will stand up for you if the other side is being unfair or taking advantage. You want an agent who's going to focus on your priorities while at the same time really focused on trying to find a win-win for both sides, because that's when we see the best real estate transactions happening. The next thing that you also want to make sure that you're looking for, especially if you're a seller, is someone with a marketing strategy. If you call an agent to your house to interview them for the job of selling your home and they show up with a pad of paper or nothing, and they're not prepared to show you what they're going to do to market the property, that should be a massive red flag. Run for the hills. If they break out their cell phone to take pictures that they're going to put online on MLS, fire them immediately. Run for the hills. That's not a strategy. That's not a marketing plan. You want to hear from your realtor, what are they going to do to get your home sold for as much money possible and as quick as possible? Our marketing plan focuses on reach, because we believe in sales. When you get the product in front of the most people possible, you get it sold quicker and for more money. So our marketing plan includes a great shotgun approach, but then also a weekly strategy to market your plan that's unique besides just having a sign on the yard and having it listed on MLS. And we have an inside sales agent that will call 150 to 200 of your neighbors and invite them to the open house. We have professional videos that we put out because we know your buyer may not be local, and we want to be able to market to the masses, the people relocating here, because we get those clients moving here all the time. So our marketing plan is really focused on increasing your reach, which is really important. I'd love to tell you about it more sometime. Okay, so what are some red flags you need to avoid? Okay, there are a lot of things. For example, lack of experience. Ask them, do they have recent sales? Do they have reviews? If you were interviewing for a job, what's one thing they ask you for? References, right? Maybe you could ask them, could I call a couple of your past clients and chat with them about the experience that they had in hiring you, just like you do when you interview for a job. When you're picking your realtor, you're literally interviewing somebody to go to work for you, and I would encourage you to treat it as such. Also, if there's mixed calls or unread text messages or unresponded emails, those are also big red flags. So just be very careful. They need to be communicative, and if they're not right out of the gate, it doesn't get better. They're gonna give you you their best foot at the very beginning. And so if they're not really following up with you and they're not checking in with you, they're not going to do that throughout the real estate transaction. So be prepared for that. You definitely don't want those kind of we'll figure out as we go vibes. They need to come with marketing material ready to show you their plan for how they're going to get you top dollar as fast as possible. That's huge. Zero marketing plan is probably one of the biggest red flags you should have as a seller. Okay, so what do we do with all this information? Well, first, just make sure you do your homework. Do your research on the realtor. Look up their online presence. Look at their website. Look at their social media. Are they advertising their listings? Are they active? Can you learn about them online? Also, ask lots of questions and don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. Again, you're interviewing someone to go to work for you to handle probably one of your most expensive assets. So make sure to ask the hard questions. And if you're not sure what those questions should be, let us know. Happy to help you pass along some of those questions to you. And if you're local in the Kansas City market, what should you do? Just call us. We got you covered. We'll take care of you. We will make sure that you have a great home buying or selling experience. So if you want to buy or sell your home and see how we stack up, just give me a call or shoot me a text. My contact information's on the screen. We'll see you next time.